It's not about motivation. Winners need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. But camera's gone all over the place because you was dancing a bit ago, Gareth. So I'm just going to move the camera a little bit because you was dancing a few moments ago. Do what you want. Gareth's in the zone.
Are you recording?
Oh, this is all recording. This is all going out.
Have you recorded me dancing here? We've got
the kick in, but we missed some of your moves. So I don't know if you want to show the moves again. Boom. Gareth, we're at Knockout Chaos. What a name picked up by His Excellency.
Yeah. What a name for it. I mean, I'm calling it the Rumble in Riyadh as well, but I think the WWE was called that, wasn't it, way back when it came here? But, you know, Knockout and Chaos. I mean, it's really, really well organised, if I'm honest, but there could well be some knockout chaos in the ring in those last... Well, actually, it could be I think if Nick Ball and Ray Vargas is, say, the last but one fight before the main event, then we are going to get some knockout chaos for 3 fights, I think. Even though my predictions aren't that.
Well, I'll ask you, we'll quickly run through, we ain't got time to go through the entire card, so I'll stick to some of the fights that...
you don't pay me enough to go through.
I know, we'll be here all night, won't we? Roman Fury, I'm excited to see Roman Fury.
We'll be here all night anyway.
Yeah, we are. The night's just, for people that don't know, it's 5 p.m. It's getting a bit cold, as the sun's obviously just dropped, but Roman Fury's fighting in Saudi Arabia. He's coming off a big knockout. What do you expect to see from him? Because I spoke to him yesterday and he said he sparred his dad, John Fury, and I would love to see that spar.
Oh my God, I mean, where's the footage of that? You get in there, you're obviously in with the team anyway, you're one of the insiders in the sport. I'd love to see the footage of that. I don't know a lot about Roman Fury, if I'm honest. I've only met him a couple of times. I think, he's the last of the Furies to emerge, isn't he? Tommy's brother, isn't he? Yeah, and
so him and Tommy from the same mum, and the other 4 are from the other mum.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, John's very proud of all of his sons and very proud of what they're capable of in the ring. It adds another Fury to the mix, doesn't it? It adds another Fury to the mix.
Did you see his knockout from the last fight?
I've seen his knockout, but we haven't seen a lot of him, was what I'm saying. He hasn't got a long record. Was it 5 fights he's had?
No amateur record.
No amateur record, but we know he's got that fighting DNA. He's a Fury, for God's sake. 10 generations of bare knuckle fighters. So we know that he's going to have something. And he's long and lean and strong. Cruiser, isn't he?
Yeah, built like Tyson Fury as well, but physically.
He is built like him. Yeah, he is built like him. And I just think it just adds to the mix. It gets John here. We've got John Fury at this event. Tyson Fury's training in Thailand at the moment. And he's going to be coming over soon, isn't he? I understand he's here at the weekend. That'll be fantastic. He's going to be ringside. There's bound to be a little bit of banter between Tyson Fury, maybe even between rounds, and Anthony Joshua. We've already seen John Fury with Anthony Joshua. Lovely greeting. Absolute respect from John for Anthony Joshua, who, by the way, he's always spoken about with absolute respect and respects what he's achieved in the sport.
He definitely has, Gareth. Yeah. I back that up. It was quite interesting to see them both, exchange some nice words. I think it's the first time they met as well. With regard,
vape here or not?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. You crack on, do what you got to do. There's loads of smoke behind you anyway. We'll skip some fights. The other person I'm really excited to see is Nick Ball. Yeah. What a fighter he is. I've got a feeling he could potentially make himself like a Saudi favourite just because of his style.
Yeah, he is. He's a pocket battleship. He's a mini Mike Tyson. How many times have I said that about him? But he is a very compact, very dangerous fighter. Loves to get on the inside. And he's up against a guy who's 6 inches taller than him, remember, in Ray Vargas, who has only lost at super featherweight up against Oshaki Foster, going up a weight division. So he's no slouch as a world champion. It's a brilliant fight. It's a brilliant fight for Nick Ball at this time. He looks spectacular against Isaac Dogbo, both on the inside and the outside. Dogbo, a former world champion. So there's great opportunities here for Nick Ball, as we saw last time. The crowd here they're really absorbed by the fights, and they like to take it all in, and they get excited by the smaller, lighter guys going at it. We saw at the Battle of the Baddest, it was a much younger crowd outside. Do you remember? And they got, I think we had all knockouts, didn't we? They loved it. That was knockout chaos, to be honest. It really was. Yeah, really terrific fight. Really hard fight for Nick Bull, but it's coming at the right time in my view. And I think he's going to have a hard-fought contest, but I think he'll win it on points.
Fascinating. And when I jumped to the main event, I got the opportunity.
No Jiang and Parker?
Oh, I forgot all about that. What fight? That's what I mean. These Saudi cards, we're getting spoiled because we kind of
Three
think.
main events, no question. Yeah. Jack McGann, by the way, out again. I'm a big supporter of Jack McGann's. He's come from MMA. I love that journey from MMA into boxing. I know his father well. He was a manager of people like Michael Bisping in the past, and he really knows his fight sports. Look, Jack McGann, I think, could be an MMA guy that goes on to be a world champion in boxing. It's British title, European title, WBC silver level at the moment for him, but watch out for him. He's a great fighter. And then, of course, Parker Jiang. Well, look, Josie Parker's riding high at the moment. 11 months, 4 fights when he beat Deontay Wilder in spectacular fashion at Day of Reckoning. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do against Jiang. I think it's Jiang's fight early. I think it's Parker's fight late. He's got to box him very cleverly. Got to get his tactics right. But Jiang's very dangerous. Creates angles for himself. Parker's been hittable in the past. Look what Joe Joyce did to him. He chopped him down. You were there that night. I think it was an amazing fight up in Manchester when Joe Joyce literally thumped him into tomorrow, but it woke him up. Parker's one of the most popular men out here, by the way. They love him out here in Riyadh. He's such a graceful human being, and I think the manner of the victory in the way that he nullified Deontay Wilder on December the 23rd has made him a whole legion of fans. And obviously, he's part of the Fury bubble, isn't he? You know that he's the what is he? He's the Samoan. The Samoan gypsy, isn't he? Yeah.
You know what I like about him though? Some people might get that opportunity and maybe just think about the money and just get through fights, but he's actually here to become great. He loves it.
He's also a lot younger than he's been around a long time, and he's a lot younger than you remember. He's 29 still, I think, isn't he?
I think 30.
He's 31 now. 31. Yeah. Well, he's still a very youthful fighter. There's not loads and loads of damage on him. He goes 12 rounds so well, and I think that might be his best opportunity in this fight, is to just weather a storm, get Zhang's respect. Might have to double up his jab, watch that left hand, move the right way to get out of the way of that left hand that's going to be coming after him. Zhang's a very canny, very clever, sly. He's sly and unseen, you know. It is Zhang, and he creeps up on you. Joe Joyce, you see, is easy to hit, in my view, or didn't move enough against Zhang. And so we've got those pictures in our minds, those images of Zhang landing on Joyce. And I think if Parker gets his footwork right, I see him winning on points.
It's a brilliant fight.
It is.
It is. And we'll move on to the main event. It's a weird kind of show because everyone's like, no one really shit talks. No one like gives it some. But I've got a feeling NGANNOU AJ might bubble over at the presser. But
only if John Fury's there.
True. I spoke to both of them yesterday, and I wanted to talk about their journeys to this point.
Yeah.
And they both kind of talked about the struggle. Everyone talks about NGANNOU's struggle, but a lot of people forget AJ was going to court, laying bricks. I mean, when I say laying bricks, I mean building walls and bricklaying.
He's a trainee bricklayer.
There you go. So, and he's
hod carrier.
There you go. So he's gone on, turned his life around. So it's a fascinating story of two men who have gone rags to riches in space of 10 years.
It's been a lot of fun Riyadh season, by the way. It has been rags to riches in that time. I feel more comfortable holding the microphone. It has been rags to riches, but you've got to remember, for nearly 12 years, he's been a household name in Britain. Every single time he scratches his nose, people comment on it. Every time he wears a beanie slightly off kilter, people talk about it. If he wears earplugs at a press conference and listens to his own music, people want to know what he's listening to. If he's got an eyebrow that's frowning, we comment on it. He's under a lot of pressure all the time. It's a different kind of pressure to Francis Ngannou. His is the pressure of fame. I know he had a difficult childhood. It's not the same as, I don't think they're comparable. I think they're different.
But they've had different struggles.
They're both out of Africa, all right? And they're both giant human beings and major totemic figures in our sport and in society for what they are, who they are, how they do it, and what they've achieved. But Francis Ngannou's journey for me, as Dewey Cooper told me, is the thing that gives him the imponderables, the intangibles, those X factors that Joshua maybe doesn't even know he's got, because Ngannou has been through things on his 14-month journey and on his journey out of Africa, through the sand mines, through those 6 years digging in the sand mines. Imagine it. Imagine, you know, we've all got children. We've all had children at the age of 10. Imagine your child digging in the sand mines from 10 to 16, because something's happened to you, and they're helping mum to bring up the kids. He's an extraordinary human being.
When I spoke to him yesterday, I was given only 5 minutes. There was so much I wanted to ask him about that journey. But I just kind of picked out the bit where he went across the Sahara Desert. And he said he did it by car, but he experienced extreme dehydration because they never had any water.
20 people in the back of the truck. He was drinking water out of a dead animal at one point. No, we're drinking water that a dead animal had been in. You know, and you got to think that he tried. I've done a big interview about this in the Telegraph. It's out.
I was going to plug that for you. So if anyone wants to watch it, go on the you tell it.
Yeah, it's on the Telegraph website, telegraph.co.uk. It's on my feeds as well, but it's in the paper tomorrow as well.
It's a brilliant article.
Well, but the what I really admired as well was that he tried to get on a dinghy 6 times to go from Morocco to Spain. Can't even swim. So if that dinghy had gone over, he would have drowned. He lived in the forests to evade the Moroccan immigration forces. He was put into an asylum centre, a prison if you like, because he was seen as an illegal immigrant into Spain. You know, he slept in a car park, lived on the streets in Paris. He didn't even want to be an MMA guy, he wanted to be a boxer.
Yeah, that's the funny
But he finds an MMA gym first and becomes the UFC heavyweight champion of the world. Come on, what a story that is. That's incredible.
We could talk about it all day, but I want a short answer to this, Gareth. How much of a percentage chance are you giving Ngannou to cause the upset on Friday night?
$80-20. Okay. But that changes as the rounds go on. It changes.
20% chance of winning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and because he's got a big punch. It all depends on how aggressive and how strongly Joshua can implement his game plan on him. And they'll have a very, very good game plan. They've done all the data from those 30 minutes. I call it data. It's not data. It's all the analysis, all the movement. Ben Davison and Lee Wiley, for me, are amongst the very best in the world at doing it. I really do think that. And I think we saw that in that performance from Joshua against Wallin. He was absolutely on point. I'm sure I said to you last time, I think it's his best technical performance in the mature part of his career.
Again, I know Ben does not speak to many people, he doesn't trust many media, doesn't do many interviews. He's done one with you, Gareth, so if anyone wants to watch it, it's on your YouTube channel. Gareth, I've seen it, I'm sure.
I did a very short one of 3 minutes long.
There's a video somewhere.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes long. It's on my Instagram on Reels.
If anyone wants to watch it, head over to Gareth's Instagram.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But yeah, that's it. We've got plenty of time to speak later in the week, Gareth. It's been great. You want to sign us out?
Big time knockout chaos, Riyadh season.
Listen, I got a question for you. Where can discipline take you? Discipline points you toward your goals.